And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK show, and this is going to be episode 104. So I hope you guys are having a great week going into the weekend, and we are up pretty early because for those of you guys who don't know, there is going to be a James Gunn Superman movie coming out in 2025. And he decided to himself he was going to drop the first official teaser trailer at 6 a.m. in the morning. And I'm going to be honest here, I've not been this excited to watch a movie in quite some time, let alone watch a trailer. I remember, man, going to take a nap before the trailer came out, and I was like, man, I hadn't been this hyped for a trailer in a while, honestly. Even when I basically just dropped my trailer reaction, I had to get that going about a good, I think I took about 5 tries to get it right to finally show you guys the version of the trailer that I showed you guys. Because holy crap, when I woke up, my voice was bad. I had to drink some water, clear my throat. And I was like, man, okay, got to clear my head, get this right. Super excited to see what I'm going to see here. And I finally got it on the 5th try. So like generally when I have sex with women, after the first time, I only last like a good minute, maybe 5 seconds. And then the second time, you got to get me going, So, yeah, overall, also, you guys already know my thoughts on it because you're going to watch that video probably a lot. Let's just start with this white man. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I mean,
good.
Gosh. Early in the morning.
It's early. And as you guys know, this is my second day off. And I told people I'm not going to really go to sleep. I just need to take one nap and I'm pretty much good to go because even just outside of today, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 drops. I got to end up clipping out a video that I did with Tiny and Arza. I got to put that out. And then I'm going to be doing one more trailer reaction. So most videos will be done for the day. Going to be trying to basically get consistent content done in a shorter time frame. That's my goal for 2025. Consistency, drive, and ambition. I'm coming in super hot for 2025. Not a new year, new me. None of that. I have my goals. I set them out, and I'm going to push for them. That's how it should be. No, whatever.
Yeah, you're not getting It's not an advertisement. I don't know why you put it in the camera like that.
I'm just pointing out it's Christmas. Will I get a chance to sit on Santa's lap? Just saying.
What do you even want that for?
Why can't I be a kid again? Why can't I sit on Santa's lap?
Because you're an old man. You don't get to sit on Santa's lap.
Don't you believe in magic in a young girl's heart?
Okay.
Oh, shit. All right. So the trailer dropped. What was your first initial thoughts and reactions on it?
I honestly, 90% of the trailer, he was pulling a Yamcha and laying on the ground bleeding. So I'm a little upset about that. So obviously he's doing something next to the Fortress of Solitude, most likely. When Crypto came over and saved him, I was like, I never really cared for Crypto, so not really excited they put him in this, but it was an interesting. I actually thought when I saw the running and I couldn't really tell it wasn't humanoid, I thought it was the Flash. I was like, oh my god, they're putting the Flash in this movie, and then it was like,
I'm not gonna lie, it looked a lot better in the movie trailer that we saw compared to when it was announced. When it was announced, it was him and Crypto, I guess, looking at the Earth or something, which I thought was really, really cool and wholesome. I was like, I don't know how that's gonna look in a movie, because I told people what they should have done is what the Sonic movies do. Do you know how they have the statues and they kind of just animate them? They kind of should have just did that with Crypto, essentially. Well, they chose to go for a real life version of a dog.
They do that a lot. I mean, that's pretty common for dogs specifically, because
the reason they don't do it for CGI version of Crypto.
I actually think it's fine, because the big thing about the reason they don't do it with Sonic the Hedgehog is because there's not 4-foot tall hedgehogs in this world. They have
you don't
to
say.
I do say that. But I think I thought it looked fine. I didn't have a problem with his animation. I just thought I think there's going to be a large emphasis on Crypto, and I don't know if I like it that much.
He rescued that dog. He has a big attachment toward his dog. He really loves his dog. Okay, I guess.
It's really been apparent that they put a lot of emphasis on Crypto being in the movie, because he was in a relatively okay amount of the stuff they've shown so far. Mm-hmm. But I'm not really excited for that part. But it's not gonna kill my interest in it. I don't care for that.
have his dog? Why
I
can't he
like
love
I
his
first of
dog?
all, I love dogs. I'm not gonna try and take away from it. I don't like that breed
Okay,
of dog.
not
It's
not that
not.
one you have, not Kinley, the other one. That one, Frankie's
What's
crazy.
somebody? She's a terrier, man. She's just an angry dog. She's like a butch lesbian. Sometimes that's what they do. But I think one of the biggest things that I had a problem with in this, and again, I actually did think it looked good, but the biggest things I had a problem with is I don't really know. Like, I just like he doesn't have that aura of Superman that I feel like I had with I do think he might be a better actor because that's not something what's his name had.
Mhm,
The previous man, my brain's not capturing it right now.
mhm.
What's his name? Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill, yeah.
Henry Cavill wasn't a great actor, but he really looked like Superman and pulled off the aura. This guy doesn't have that same aura, but maybe he's just a better actor, which is something I might be able to be satisfied with. I don't know. It's a little I don't know. They introduced a lot of characters in that trailer too. There's a lot they threw in at once. I mean,
Yeah, I feel like okay. So overall, for me, I like the trailer. I'm just gonna put it up out there for everyone. I've been actually initially, I'll say this: I was hesitant up front, because as you guys know, with DC, let's say the DCEU that started in 2013, movie quality has been varying. Let's just say that. I mean, the Joker 2 that came out, which is not part of the DCEU, definitely did not leave a good taste in a lot of people's mouths. So people need to kind of factor this in. When you go into 2025, that's the last DC movie a lot of people saw. So there's even more pressure that this movie needs to be good. Also, this is the start of the DCU that encompasses movies, animation, television, and video games. It's all going to be combined into one shared universe. There's going to be Elseworld stories, and the Elseworld stories are going to be labeled as such by a DC Elseworlds logo. So it'll tell
I
you it's not canon. So at least you have that.
what the Elseworlds I've never really again I liked What If as a storyline, but it really doesn't have that much impact obviously in the world. So I mean I don't know why they included it. I mean
It's to
is
show it's to show the general going movie audience that this is not connected to this. So like if you want to do, let's say, a DC Black Label story based around a Joker book, then people would know from the logo itself this is not connected to this. So like Robert
people are
Pattinson,
not so the average person is not gonna know that. They're gonna
they
look
don't,
at this
I agree. I know that. They don't think that. They think that if you have to specifically let people hand like a little kid, this is different. But this is a black
listen,
guy. This is a
how many
white guy.
how much percentage of the US population is such massive nerds like us that they would actually notice that? I mean, that's just the reality. It doesn't make any sense to me that they wouldn't
So, like for
we would
Robert
do this.
Pattinson's second Batman movie, it would show a DC Studios logo, but it would say like Elseworlds in the subtext.
Okay, first of all, I really am gonna be surprised if they pull off a better story, like because I really liked Robert Pattinson's Batman. Like maybe not his character as Batman, but I really liked the story they built with him. So
So let's start with the trailer. So for me, he didn't go. Okay, so I'll go over the problems first. If people like when I guess say the problems I have with things, he didn't talk enough. I think that's a problem. He didn't speak. He just gave, but the opposite of that is he gave you that hopeful Superman vibe that a lot of people are hoping for. So I guess the trade off is there. I think that's fine.
I
Obviously, like
the
the only thing he
hopeful.
said was like he said the thing to crypto. I forgot what he said, but he said
He
something
said
to
take
crypto. That
home.
was it. Yeah, that was it. He didn't say anything else in the trailer after that. That was it. I was like, okay,
He did kiss Lois Lane though. So there's that.
yeah. And I think I cannot pronounce the new actress for Lois Lane's name properly at all. I know it's David Cornsweet. I know he's the actor for Superman. The chemistry they had on screen looked way better than Amy Adams and Henry Cavill's because they did not have any. That was just not good. So it looks like they're gonna have better chemistry there. People know I'm not the hugest fan of race swaps or gender swaps, basically at all. It would have to be a very specific instance where it's good. As you guys know, I think they race swap Hot Girl. I think they did.
Did
But
they?
it looks
Oh, I didn't
like
know.
it. I could be wrong. Instead of Hal Jordan or John Stewart, it's going to be Guy Gardner for Green Lantern. As you guys know, this movie is based on the Superman comic book series, All-Star Superman, which is it's not ongoing. It's been over for a while. You can get it in trade paperback. You can get it in the compact comics form, absolute edition, hardcover. Obviously, it was written by Grant Morrison. I also hoped that, you know, they would add in basically reading recommendations for Superman, because they did it for the DC trailers prior for the movies that came out in 2023. They basically said, hey, if you like this character, here's some cool reading recommendations for this character. And I think that's awesome, because it would drive people to go and buy comic books and potentially read them. Because when James Gunn announced his like slate of movies that were going to be part of this like DCU chapter 1 Gods and Monsters, he had said the comic books those movies were based on, and a lot of people actually straight up went and bought them out completely. So it shows that if you basically just kind of like nudge people in the right direction, they'll actually go and buy the books, which I thought was kind of a very missed opportunity for the first teaser trailer. That was my real only problem. It's like, come on, man. He was the big proponent of pushing the comic books onto people. And I'm like, this is the biggest opportunity right here. Everyone's waiting for the trailer. Push people toward reading the books. You have a big opportunity right here. They didn't do that. That would be like my only real problem, was that they didn't push the Superman recommendations, and David Corenswet didn't talk enough. That's pretty much it.
I would like to know, how would you think they could, what would you say? Oh, by the way, read the comics. How would they do that?
The same way they did it for the trailers for the movies that came out last 2023. At the end of the trailer, they say they gave 3 recommendations. You could buy this book, or this book. I'll bring it up right now. It's I'll show you in a second. Also, what I liked in the trailer, what I liked was obviously that little kid that he took the sign and he was like Superman, like he's like, it shows that the kid's really it gives this optimistic feel that there's people that obviously don't like him, because obviously he's very, very, very powerful. So I guess a lot of people would be scared if he did exist. But there's people out there that like him and actually believe he's good, and they want to see savior amongst them. You know, the part where he saved the kid, covering him, or the little girl, whatever, that was really, really cool. We didn't get to see too much of Lex Luthor, who's portrayed by the guy, if you guys don't know, he's portrayed by the guy that portrayed Beast in the X-Men movies, in the second trilogy of movies. So Nicholas Hoult is Lex Luthor. Looks awesome. Thank God it's not Jesse Eisenberg, because I would hang myself if that was that guy again.
So listen, I think we attribute, like, what's it called? Attribute poor writing to bad acting every single time. It's not like I didn't really have a problem with him. I can see that you've had a very big problem with it. Who you looking at? Are you typing? But I mean, I didn't. I think it looked really good. I think one of the biggest things that I'm excited for is obviously when you saw them throwing food at Superman and stuff like that. What brought them to this point? The conflict that's going to be arising from that. I'm interested to see that, because I don't like when most of the conflict from this comes from how are we going to beat this superhero? How are we going to beat this supervillain? I don't like when the conflict from a movie like that comes from that, because at the end of the day, it's just like, how does Superman solve that? He punches harder. That's just what he does. I love when there's turmoil behind the scenes in more of like a cultural way.
I thought it was like Lex Luthor, because okay, I'll give BVS one piece of credit. Zack Snyder did intertwine Lex Luthor doing shit that inadvertently made Superman's life harder. You're saying that's what's going on in the trailer. I think he did something, and then Superman's going to get blamed for it. And later on, we'll find out potentially it might be Lex Luthor doing it.
It's true, but at the end of the day, we don't know that for a fact. I'm just saying I like it when it happens like that. And if they made Lex Luthor a little more like a conniving person than they did the last time, I'd be happy.
James Gunn said so there's a lot of cliff notes. He already hates him. So there's already like, I don't like this guy, I guess, for whatever reason. Actually, I'll tell you this. James Gunn put out a great interview that he did with actually The Wrap, of all places to get interviews from. The more I heard him talk about what he wanted to do with the movie, I actually became more hyped for it. I actually was like, okay, this guy actually gets it. He actually is going to deliver a pretty good Superman movie. I'll say this, so it's easy for Hollywood elite people to say bullshit. I fully agree with that. You guys know me. I would call it out as soon as it happened. You know me. Ain't no party like a Diddy party.
That's so stupid. Don't make that joke again.
But I'll say, read what he has recently said about Superman, and you will, I guess, get that feeling that I got. I was like, okay, he understands Superman very well. I'll give him that. Because remember, it was originally called Superman Legacy, and I was like, sounds like not a bad title, but he took the legacy part off of it, which I thought was overall fine. The only other thing that I would say for the trailer, so that I also liked, was the part he put his hand over his adopted dad. Now, a big problem with Man of Steel was that Pa Kent, good lord, and that movie was complete trash. That actually just stared at
Okay. You are an exaggerator to the maximum. To the
terrible.
maximum.
I'm sorry.
Literally,
I
I
speak the
didn't
truth.
like. No, you speak the dumb. You're like a reactionary man.
You
Man of
like
Steel was
LeBron
not.
James over Kobe Bryant. Stop.
Listen, I don't like him more. I just know he's better. Unfortunately, because I like Kobe Bryant better. But
What the?
listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, Man of Steel was not the best movie ever made. It wasn't. It wasn't very good, but it wasn't like horrendous like you make it out to be. You drama queen. Over here talking about like it. Listen, one of the biggest problems I had with this, and I'll bring it up right now. If he walks into a tornado and Superman doesn't save him, I'm gonna do something because I'm angry if they do this twice. That made me so upset in the movie. Like you were Superman and you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna let my dad die because like what if people know? What if people know I'm Superman? Like what is that? Superman wouldn't do that. And that's like I don't usually like to play into characters because I think having Superman be a little more modernized and be less like I'm not going to kill people, not the worst thing ever. But when they start doing this thing where like Superman is literally letting his dad die because he's like, yeah, don't do it, don't come over here. Superman is a righteous man. He is. He wouldn't let his grandpa die, and that was the worst thing they did in Man of
Or
Steel.
before that, remember the first part of the movie, the bus crashes into that lake. He wants to save his classmates, and then he tells his adopted dad. He's like, "Hey, what was I supposed to do? Let them die?" Literally word for word what he said. He's like, I forgot what Pa Kent said after that. He said maybe he inherently wants to do good.
I have a problem with how they portrayed morality in that show because they equated it to comfortability in life comes first in comparison to people's safety. And I think that's something that I know that a father figure like Paul Kent would not do in the previous iterations of himself. And I think that they really did a poor job there.
So I liked it that he was basically putting his arm around his dad. And so I'm thinking, does his dad tell him he's going to die? Or is his dad potentially maybe having problems with like keeping the farm up with bills? Because as you guys know, running a farm costs a lot of money. It could be a lot of things. So I like that there's going to be an element of his parents going to be involved with like keeping him like on track. You know, I feel like the last iteration of the Kents were just extremely bad. Remember when his mom told him, "Hey, you don't owe them anything." That's not why he's sent here. He's sent here to save people. What do you mean he doesn't owe people anything?
He was not sent here for that. He was sent here to save him. Their son. They sent him to save him.
Yeah.
They tried to not let him die. And that's the whole reason they sent him. Mm-hmm. But my big thing is you're not obligated to save anybody. That is genuinely true. But if I'm Superman, like I would at least feel like if I don't save somebody, I'm letting these people die.
As a kid, though, that was a big problem. Is that they never let basically Superman, like they're supposed to be the biggest cheerleaders for him becoming Superman, and it felt like in that movie they just were anti him becoming a savior for some reason because
it was just
they thought that they thought that basically he wasn't ready or just something like that. It was a lot of different reasons. It doesn't feel like that in this movie. It feels like they're letting him be who he is.
We tackle pretty much what his dad did in the previous movie. I mean, in the previous versions of him. One of my favorite versions is Injustice. I mean, obviously tried to do what he did with the Superman, and it pretty much sent him over the edge. Remember when the Green Arrow shot him in the chest on accident?
Oh yeah, and he
laser beamed him. It was like there's points where his dad should be that person that tries to talk him down from the ledge instead of being that person that genuinely.
Remember the scene in the Justice League animated series or the other one where he there is the Christmas moment where he brought Martian Manhunter home for Christmas.
That was great. That was, and then he's like,
yeah.
That's the things that we need to see from.
That's what they're there for, to be for him. They're supposed to be that emotional anchor to cheerlead him on to being a better character.
I don't care if they change some things. Like there are some things. I'm not like a don't change anything. I'm not like a never changer. I don't really care for that. But if you change the integral part of his character into being a pretty much abrasive, non-caring person, where you want because. Listen, usually his father's the one that guides him to be the man he is today. In the exact opposite fashion, in Man of Steel, he pretty much Superman started out as the guy we wanted him to be, and they were like, "You need to let people die. You need to let me die." It's like, what is going on? Like, he's already the good guy. He's already the good guy. Do not talk him down from the ledge. I mean, it's just idiotic. It was just poor writing.
So the other thing that I would say in the trailer is that they actually captured, I guess you could say, Superman's inherent idea to like be in front of people and save them, because in Man of Steel, if you look at it, or even look at BVS, he didn't save a lot of people. That's Superman's thing. He saves people. In this trailer, they made an emphasis on that. Him saving people, which is another good thing. I think the only other problem you could bring up is the villain. I don't really know who the villain is. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be based around that storyline. They said it's Metamorpho. I've never heard of this villain, so I don't know. So,
well, they got the scarred guy that was in the show, in the shot.
Mm-hmm.
You saw him, right?
Yeah, I did.
Kind of looked like stupid. I don't remember. I don't know how to compare him to, but he looked like the villain from Thor. No, from stupid Ragnar. Or no, Thor 3, the Love and Thunder.
Oh,
that's who he looked like.
Or the God Butcher.
Yeah, that's literally who he looked like to me. But they have that guy. They have obviously they have the actual the bald guy. Why am I forgetting everybody's name right now?
Guy Gardner looks ridiculous. Oh my god, he looks so ridiculous. What is he wearing? What they got that guy? They got the guy freaking wearing like some toupee and a freaking white straitjacket.
Yeah, I'm talking about Lex Luthor. They got Lex Luthor in there too. I mean, there's a lot of villains that are shown in the scenes.
We didn't see the Authority. We didn't see the. Did we? I don't remember seeing the Authority at all.
We didn't. We literally saw like 10 total people.
Yeah.
One of the people we literally just saw, 50% of it was Lois Lane and Clark Kent flirting with each other or kissing. Like another 20% was Crypto doing something, and then we saw Hot Girl fly for less than a second.
Hot Tool Girl.
You really thought that was a banger, didn't you? You're like, oh,
get ready for those memes.
He's gonna laugh at that one. No one's gonna. You know who's gonna make those memes? Children. If you laugh at one of those memes, I'm coming to your house and fighting you.
Well, at least Hot Girl's not going to be going to jail. Haley Welch is. So we'll see how it goes. Okay. What else is there to go over? Let me see. Give me one moment here. Okay. So let me show you guys this here really quickly. What I was talking about earlier was that this was the first Flash trailer that dropped at the Super Bowl back when the Eagles lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. We should have won that. It's fine. It's all good. At the end of the trailer, they gave you right here. Read it where all began. Go to a comic shop. Yeah, they did this with Aquaman, Blue Beetle. They did it with Shazam.
I don't think it's a horrible thing that they didn't, but I agree. They could have done that. They could have easily done that. But the problem being is like, which would they do ones related to the story they're making, or do they not have one that's related to this?
Oh no, because people always ask like, where do I begin? And then they gave them basically like 3 starting points where you could begin. I think that's good for average people. Now, will they read them? Probably not, if we're being honest here. But
yeah, but you know what? There's going to be at least one person who works on.
Yeah, and that's all that matters. Yeah, because as people know, the comic book pipeline has not been very good at all.
It's their own fault. I mean, it's their own fault. I don't want to pity them for that. It's not because people aren't looking. It's because it's not accessible.
Okay, he actually does pull off a good Clark Kent design. He looks like he wouldn't be Superman. The whole like glasses.
No, wait, literally, when he was walking around and then he came as Superman, I was like, this actually looks like 2 different people.
Yeah.
Like that was the first time I've literally, because when it's Henry Cavill, you have supermodel with glasses, takes him off, he's just supermodel. Like Henry Cavill is first off way hotter than this guy. I will point out. That's just a fact.
Are you homosexual?
Why would that matter? Why would that matter, huh?
You're sinning against Jesus. I'm not even religious, guys. I don't even care.
You're gonna be upset if I kiss boys?
You trying to get monkeypox or something?
What's that? Oh, I can't say it. Never mind.
Good God. The part in the trailer where Lex Luthor sees what's going on and he looks at Superman doing something and he just turns away. Oh my God.
Lex Luthor, if we get a mastermind instead of a literal brute strength man, I don't like what they did with him in the other one. Like, if we get that guy that literally just sneakily does stuff behind the scenes, I'll be happy. I like that version of him a lot better than every iteration we've recently had of anybody. I mean, it just villains that are it's hard to do, is what I'm saying.
So
They did
essentially,
not do
they're
it
gonna
well.
have one main villain, and he's just gonna be basically the secondary
Yeah.
villain pulling
Well, I
the
mean,
strings.
it's kind of
Not a
like
bad idea.
what was that? It's one of the Spider-Man villains I'm thinking
You know,
of.
I think they might pull what Smallville did, have them essentially befriend each other in the movie at some point. Clark thinks he has a cool friend, but in reality, this guy hates your
Lex
guts.
Luthor was great in that. That was like the best iteration of him, actually.
I
Remember
think
that
they need,
last
yeah,
scene with him? With the
yeah,
very last scene we had with him?
when they were at the Fortress of Solitude. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was really good.
so
That's what
oh
they
my
need.
gosh.
What they need to do is basically have this as a version of Smallville. How about the original Christopher Reeves movie, Smallville, and Superman and Lois? I think if you combine those three and you can have that
My
in this movie, I think you'll have a
problem
good
with
movie.
Superman and Lois, and I do have one problem with it, is I think Superman is too goofy. Too unserious for me.
To be
I
fair,
don't
he's a
like
dad in that. To be fair, he's a dad in that show. Dads are supposed
yeah,
to
I
be kind
get
of
it.
goofy.
He's got that dad vibe. I won't I don't
You know
think
what
I'm
was
too
really cool? The first episode of that show, when he's wearing that suit from the 80s, that the kid was like, "Where'd you get that suit from?" He's like, "My mom made it."
people were obsessed with Lois from that show, man. They
Are you
were
talking about
upset.
Elizabeth?
Are you upset? Are you upset that they race swapped her there? You upset about that?
Whoa! What was it? What was the
Yeah,
actress's
I
name?
it must have been a big
Elizabeth.
deal to you, right?
Oh, Bitsy Tuluk. Yeah. That's not really a race swap. You're talking about the hair.
But she's literally what?
You're talking about the hair that she has. She's not a brunette. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, I was talking about this. Hold on, I was talking about the animated show. I forgot the Superman and Lois had that name. I was
You're
mixing them up
insane.
right there. Whatever. You know, I mixed them up. I'm not gonna be
Why are
upset
you
about that.
such a white guy?
Yeah, because they were both called Superman and Lois. No, they weren't.
So outside of the trailer, who has the fact? Just keep this in mind. I would say this: don't release another trailer until either the Super Bowl or because the movie drops in July of next year. So don't release another trailer. I would say until like either that time period or April, because this already showed a good amount. I think you just ride this off until
What?
basically halfway into the year. Because if you show another trailer and it shows even more, you run the risk of, showing the whole movie, which a lot of people have a big issue with a lot of movies now. The trailers are showing way too much. This was a good starting point, showed what people wanted out of Superman, gave you the nice, well, for me, I guess I can only speak for myself. It gave the hopeful, optimistic feel. It's got the family vibe with the Kents. You have Lex Luthor there plotting. You have the overall villain there. You have the love interest. Obviously, Lois Lane you have like their chemistry. I guess my only issue is like I said before, he didn't speak enough. I would like to see him actually have dialogue. That's a very big thing with Superman. But we didn't see the Authority, which is, I guess you could say, a good thing, because a lot of people I'll say not have a problem. They're hesitant because, when you have a superhero movie, there's a lot of characters that get introduced. There's very few of them that actually do it well. That's what people praise the Russo brothers and Joss Whedon for doing it. Like, even though they might not have the best interactions or iterations, at least they got enough screen time to prove, like, okay, why should this character be here? That's the problem with like crowded movies, is because not every character will get enough screen time to basically show, like, okay, why am I integral to the plot? Like, what am I there for to interact with? Because James Gunn said it's not there to set up other movies. So I'm thinking, like, okay, this character is integral to what he's going to be trying to battle as an obstacle. Because remember, it's 2 years in, no origin story for this movie. I want to keep repeating that. You're like, we're going to get an origin story? No origin story. Please, people, open your fucking ears. Holy goddamn shit.
Not
No.
everybody's watching every stupid interview like you are, though. You're being
God.
unfair to people.
No origin story. 2 years in, he's going to be he's already Superman. He's just going to be thrusted into the world that's already built there.
And it seems like he has interacted with some of the other members of the Justice League already.
Mr.
Too.
Terrific is going to be a big part of the movie. So I guess will be like his Martian Manhunter for the movie. That'll be like his friend. A black guy and a white guy getting along? That's crazy. You don't say. It's 2024. 2024 we're in currently right now. Give me one moment here.
Hot girl being in the show. I would like to see her have an actual personality in this one. I mean, it would be nice.
It's just really odd seeing her without Hawkman. I mean, she
I don't
can. She can do it.
They need to be together. Like it doesn't have to happen.
Give me one sec here. We're gonna go over some of the pictures, obviously on Twitter. Some of the best shots from the trailer, obviously. But before we do that, were you so you're hyped to see it now, or are you still kind of like optimistic?
I mean, it didn't really show anything to me. I really disliked the snow scene. I really think it was like, Crypto, take me home.
Let the man.
I thought that
have
looked
fun with his
so
dog. When you
corny.
talk to Kinley like that, if you were dying on the floor, you would ask Kinley to come save you. Wouldn't you do it?
If my last resort is Kinley, I would be dead. He would not help me very well. Like, he's a great dog, but he's not. He's just as stupid as I am.
He would pull your shirt and grab you.
He would wait 3 days and eat me. That's what he would do.
Oh, awesome scene right there.
Good. That was pretty cool.
So good. See, there you go.
Look at this dog. Look at this. I can't.
I'm not and wholesome. God, why?
I'm not like a super dog. Like, I like dogs. I'm just not like a super obsessive dog lover like some people.
Oh God. Here are some of the pictures also in the trailer.
I don't like his look that much. And I'm not trying to be. It's not like I think he's unattractive. He is attractive. I mean, compared to me, very much. But
oh gosh, man. Yeah, I'm sorry, Guy Gardner. You look ridiculous. I don't know what James Gunn did to you.
I honestly don't understand, because like when he walked in, I was like, "Who is that?" And then he used the green ring, and I was like,
"Yeah,
what is going
I noticed
on?
That was him." Yeah, I was like,
I didn't know immediately.
He so ugly. He just looks ugly. Please, James Gunn, redo that. There's time. That is terrible. I don't know what makeup he's wearing, but that was bad.
That's the look of somebody who is going to be sacrificed in one of the later. I'm not joking. They're going to kill him off because he's expensive.
That's like white guy.
And people. No, I'm just being honest. He's going to be killed off in the next at some point in time, and it's going to be like a whole sad thing because people are going to love his character. But I genuinely think it'll be fine. I like, again, not everybody has to be a supermodel.
Yeah, everyone has to look like me, obviously.
Oh, I wouldn't watch that movie. I would not watch that movie.
Why not?
Because I already disliked the first Planet of the Apes.
Okay, so
wow. Oh, I can't say that. I forgot about that.
Wow.
I forgot I was on stream.
With Planet of the Apes, I can see myself in that franchise.
Shut up. I'm about to be in trouble for that one.
Man, people smoke crack, and you shouldn't do that.
All right.
Okay. Here are the cliff notes that Culture Crave actually put together for people. Like I said before, there's the recent interviews he's been doing with the trades, so you can go obviously read those. So here are the cliff notes. Much more grounded than his past comic book projects. It's taking from other things like Game of Thrones, where it's this universe where superheroes actually exist. David Cornsweet influence the decision to wear the trunks. Superman wants kids to not be afraid of him. He's an alien with incredible powers, so he dresses like a professional wrestler. James Gunn is feeling the pressure. There's a plan, but if Superman doesn't work, we're not going to just keep making movies. So yeah, a lot of everything's kind of riding on this to be good, you know. And I don't know what the movie's budget is or the marketing budget they're going to attach to this thing, but I'm just going to just say right now, it's going to be around $200 million plus for this movie. So this movie has to make gangbusters at the box office. Like, Warner Brothers wants a profitable movie. I know a lot of like you guys do this thing of like, well, it doesn't matter how much the movie makes, just has to be good. Yeah. That don't matter to fucking a company. They just need money, you know?
But this takes place over a short period, man.
Flying action is shot with drones and inspired by Top Gun Maverick. The movie is score-driven, not song-driven, with nods to John Williams, not aiming to set up other projects outside of Peacemaker Season 2. Lois and Clark know each other. Mr. Terrific has a big role in the film, starts in the middle of the action. Lex Luthor already hates Superman, and takes place over a short period. So I'd imagine it's not like now like
Let's be honest. Most of these details didn't need to be here. Like a lot of them. Like some people are going to care about number 5, somewhat. I think the few things I want to know are what does number 11 mean? The second one, I don't really care for that. You can dress him however you want. I guess it gives us a reason why he looks like a goofball, but
yeah.
Number 1, it's taking place. It's taking from other things like Game of Thrones, where the universe in this universe where superheroes already exist. What?
Oh, because with the Batman movies, people always claim that they're grounded and realistic, where like fantastical things are not like, I guess you could say, seeable in that universe. So with this one, basically, if you have these elements already there, it's going to be easier to introduce these things later on. I would imagine that's what it was, because like the Batman movies are like always kind of grounded in reality, which I think is a stupid thing anyway. Like superheroes aren't real. You can't ground them in reality because they're not real.
Well, I mean, I think people like it's a big thing that I see in a lot of these movies is when people start doing these superhero movies, even the personalities are kind of unrealistic. Everybody takes this fantastical like talking point. I don't know if they're talking about like making superpowers realistic. I think they're trying to make the superheroes themselves realistic. And I can understand that. That's completely fine with me.
Oh, goodness gracious. But yeah, we're going to be talking here for another good like 20, 24 minutes. So overall, I like the trailer. Definitely has me a lot more hyped to watch the movie now compared to before. I was hesitant, not going to lie, obviously, because, you know, DC's not just let me down. I mean, Marvel's let me down a lot too. But DC has been like, oh my God, you suck. Good Lord, you just trash. So hopefully James Gunn can deliver an absolute banger, which I mean, hope he will.
I think so. What is he messed up on? Honestly,
I think he's. You know, the more I thought about it, he actually kind of was the right choice, because he has the Guardians movies, right? Which obviously is the biggest one of the biggest underdog stories. He did well with Peacemaker. I liked Peacemaker a lot. I liked the Suicide Squad movie that he did. He did essentially 5 good superhero projects. Like, if you have a track record like that, wouldn't that be like the ultimate? Like, okay, I think you can.
I personally don't like the characters he writes because, I mean, I don't know what it is, but I do think his track record. I really liked Guardians 1. I thought Guardians 2 was pretty good, and for the most part, I don't really like Peacemaker.
I didn't see Guardians 3, so I can't comment on that.
I don't like Peacemaker at all. It's just not for me. I think his humor style is just not for grown adults, in my opinion. I think that's just, I'm not trying to insult anybody who does like it. If you, I guess it is insulting. I didn't mean that, but it's not for me specifically. It comes off as insulting, and I didn't mean it to come off that way. But I think one of the biggest problems I have with his humor is that it kind of plays into more like something you would say to like make your nephew laugh or something like that, not something that would make a person at the bar laugh. Never has that type of humor.
The one good thing that Peacemaker season 1 did do was it showed that he can do serious moments, right? Remember when he shot his dad and he broke down? But that was the big problem a lot of people had, which was because his movies having like overhanded humor, then they thought, I don't know how he's going to direct a Superman movie, because, you know, it's a different tone, it's a different style.
That's stupidity. Every single one of his Guardians movies had a serious moment. That's just the reality.
I agree. I'm just saying that, you know, he makes a lot of people laugh, and a lot of people generally thought like, okay, I don't know how this guy's going to do Superman, because Superman has a different style of humor that the character's accustomed to. Superman's humor is more like slice of life humor. Oh my God, I dropped my coffee on the floor and I almost tripped and he saved me kind of humor, you know? But I told people this, just because one person is only showing you a strength of theirs doesn't mean they can't do the other one, because in the Guardians movies, guys, he showed you serious moments there. Even Peacemaker, season 1, literally, after Peacemaker shoots his dad and kills him, he just completely breaks down. He showed you he can do serious moments. I don't know why people think he can't do them. That's ridiculous.
I mean, just like the Groot scene and the episode.
The
what's it called? That guy flying
Guardians
out.
too. Yeah,
the guy who flew out. Like, I will be honest. When that guy flew out of the plane, it was very sad. I thought what's his name is a terrible actor, the Star-Lord. Terrible actor. When he was like when he's like, I put that mother's tumor in your brain. I was felt
Oh,
so
Russell
bad.
Crowe.
And then he was like, what did you say? I was like, that sounded so lame. Like, I really didn't like it. I've never liked him as an actor, but again, I mean, doesn't really irrelevant to our conversation right now, so it doesn't really matter.
No, it does. Because I just, for the life of me, why are people just so brain dead retarded? I'm not even gonna lie. Do you ever think average people aren't even paying attention to the media they're even watching? So when they make these random assumptions, not based in any level of reality, it makes no sense because you ask them, like, were you really paying attention? Because you'll point out a scene that'll completely contradict what they're saying, completely just annihilate it, and they're like, no, it didn't happen.
You know what I love? You know what I love about you? You'll be doing this thing right here where you'll like build up this straw man, because that's the best thing about an argument is when you build up a fictional straw man that doesn't exist, they can't fight back, so you win every argument. But no one's having these conversations with you. There's not a single person.
You'd be surprised. Back in the day, I learned from the other groups, you make every single straw man possible, build them up, and then you just keep them in your head.
I'm telling you, every time you're like, yeah, by the way, this guy said I like kicking dogs. And I was like, you can't do that. That's bad. Now I look like a good guy, don't I?
Good God, man. It's a thing I've learned that with people, because when it comes to movies or TV or anything, people kind of just sit there and watch, and they're not paying attention as much because they're tired. Like you probably watch something because you're just, in a mood where this is supposed to put you in a good mood. So having to kind of pay attention to every single detail, I know the average person is not. But to say just outworldly stupid things because you just didn't remember them because you were maybe not paying attention as much is dumb. That's why like myths and misconceptions get brought up. Dragon Ball Z is the biggest one of that. Dragon Ball Z is probably the biggest one of that. People just not paying attention, whether it be dubbed or subbed, and they'll just say random stuff that isn't true, but it kind of sounds good, so everyone just starts parroting it. Like, people generally think Frieza killed Goku. It didn't happen. It literally did not happen. He did not kill Goku on Planet Namek.
He killed somebody.
Good Lord, man.
Hey, there's a lot of people that died in that arc.
People will swear that it happened, and it's like, that's not how it happened.
There's a lot of people that died in that arc. It's just crazy that they went to Goku.
People literally said that Goku could still beat Cell, even though he literally should have said, I can't beat Cell. Like, people are literally stupid as fuck.
I mean, that was the whole point of, like, he's like, we need Gohan to beat Cell. Like, that was the whole reason he just, but like, when he put the senzu bean in him, I almost beat up Goku myself. Like, I don't, stop, I hate that scene so much.
No.
I hate Goku.
So, I don't know if you remember leading up to that, he gave him a senzu bean because even if Cell got back to full power, which didn't make any sense because Cell didn't use that much power against Goku. If you look at their fight, he was kind of not really trying as hard. He knew that even if he got his full power back, if Gohan turned Super Saiyan 2, it didn't matter. Because he saw, remember in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber when they're training, he saw Gohan turn Super Saiyan 2. So he saw Gohan strong enough to beat Cell, so that even if he gave him a senzu bean, it didn't matter. Gohan was just going to.
But there's no reason to do it.
I know.
There's no reason.
Stupid. He had to see. He believed in his son. We didn't believe in Gohan.
I believed in his son first off because it's a story and the heroes always win. I knew somebody was gonna win on that side. But Goku, you're weird. You're weird for that. Like, you're like, my son doesn't like fighting, but I'm gonna make him have a fun fight that I would like.
That I didn't agree with. But then again, keep in mind, parents make mistakes. Your mom and dad made mistakes. Every parent.
His mistake was being a parent.
It's a mistake believing in his son.
You know, the best father he's ever had in his life was Piccolo. Piccolo was a way better dad than him. I don't care about that. Irrelevant to this conversation. I'm just saying.
Piccolo, and keep in mind, Goku realized his mistake when he threw Gohan against Cell. Piccolo said, hey, your son's not like this. I'm going to go out there and fight him. So he did realize what he did was wrong. Parents make mistakes. It just happens.
I'm not going to justify a homicide. This man's trying to kill my son. Like, just imagine. My son is Mike Tyson, and some kid comes in there. If you're not
Mike Tyson, that guy beating up everybody.
Some kid comes in there with like a nobody comes in with like these boxing gloves, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna trip Mike Tyson while you're fighting him, so you have a better chance. Like, why would I do that? Why would I do that? I'm like, yeah, I'll give you steroids so you have a better chance of hurting my son. No, if my son is getting in there, I'm probably going to like have somebody jump you in the parking lot. I don't want that to happen. I'm just being honest. Like, I wouldn't want that. I don't want my son getting beat up. If he's my son, he can't fight. I know that for a fact.
Like just another Akira Toriyama. Like, the Dragon Ball movies, not the super ones, the ones that are like the Garlic Jr. one to the Hirudegarn one. He said that they're in an alternate dimension, a different timeline, so to speak. So essentially, those are not canon, right? With GT, he never said it wasn't canon. He said it was a cool side story. I don't, because
GT is not that bad. People
I actually rewatched it. It's actually pretty, man. It is flawed in a lot of areas.
It's flawed. It's flawed.
Bad,
it's flawed.
man.
I mean, that's fine to say. People, I do like GT. GT had a lot of cool transformations. It had like a good storyline for the most part, and then it had stupid mustache Vegeta, which is weird. That was weird. Like, I won't deny that.
I at this point now, I think potentially Super edges it out for me. Because
Super is trash.
Like, the way GT treats every other character is so
disrespectful. Yeah, I won't disagree with that. I think, but the problem is Vegeta was so much more interesting in that to me. In GT,
I think it was more interesting in Super. They actually gave him something to do, and he actually was an integral part to the plot. He was
a guy who got beat up a lot. In that.
He was
besides when he beat up the carbon copy of stupid Frieza. That was the best part of it. When he beat up that carbon copy Frieza, interesting.
There was a part where he overcome Goku Black. There was that. You also have the moments where he overcame Beerus when he saw Bulma slap him. When Beerus slapped her. You also have the point where he what was it? Goku Black. You have that moment. What was the other one? Oh my god!
What did he do in Goku Black? I don't understand.
He gave Goku his power against Jiren when he was knocked out. Right? Oh god, man. Oh. Don't you love having sex with women?
I just don't think he ever won a fight. Besides the Frieza copy.
Which one he lost? He beat Topo.
He beat Topo with 6 other dudes.
Did he?
Yes, he did not 1v1 Topo. The whole thing is him, Frieza, and what's his name?
Oh no. The part in the Goku Black arc when they came back from the training and he overpowered him, and then that's after that, him and
they all jumped. Just imagine if what's up? Like, I'm just saying. Imagine if I said I beat up somebody, but it was me and some dude waiting for him in the parking lot. Like, yeah, I beat this guy up. I'm like, no, you didn't beat him up. You jumped him with your friend. You're not stronger than him.
Did you watch Dragon Ball Daima?
No, why would I do that? It's like watching Dragon Ball Heroes.
Yeah,
Dragon Ball Heroes is trash. Anybody who watches that it's like fan fiction, but like without any storyline. Have you watched Dragon Ball Heroes?
I watched that one here and there.
Remember that one we watched at my house?
Yeah.
You and what's it called? It was horrible. Remember, it was like Goku, Vegeta, and Gogeta, something like that. It was very weird. I don't know. I don't know why we're talking about this in a Superman review.
No, that's fine. Yeah. So the other thing I'll bring up here is the larger impact on the DCU, because do you think this movie's actually going to hit at the box office and actually make profit?
I actually think it. Well, I don't think it looked that good. I'll be honest. Like, I'm excited for it because it's a Superman movie, but I don't think it looked that good inside of the trailer. I think there was a few problems that I had, but again, it looked like they were hiding all the good parts, and they only showed us things that kind of give us a feel for the character. I mean, fine, but I think that the acting, from what I saw, was a little too like I don't know how to say it. Maybe it's not childish. Isn't the right
playing it safe? Essentially,
they are playing it safe for sure. I mean, I didn't like stupid. The few words Superman spoke kind of made me angry a little bit. Like, I'm like, that didn't sound like, you know how people do bad acting in school plays. That's what it felt like from him. I'm not joking. I'm not gonna say he's gonna be a bad actor based off that, but I will say my scene in Romeo and Juliet in 6th grade looked identical to that when I was dying. So there's that. It was not the over dramatized things really annoy me to an extent. It didn't really pull off like a Saving Private Ryan kind of feel, like a dying man. I was just saying the acting when somebody is in a gruesome
sure won't make that movie ever again. Holy crap!
Saving Private Ryan is the greatest movie, one of the greatest movies of all time. Great movie.
Good gosh.
I wish they would make it again, but it was so heart-wrenching. But
I
regardless
think
of
the
that,
goal of this trailer was to basically show people the feeling of that this Superman is going to be the Superman that you kind of think of in your head.
I mean, I don't like again. Modernized heroes need to exist because the way that things have traversed inside of society, especially in storytelling, has rapidly progressed in the past years. Well, in the past 30 years, I think trying to keep that little same feel of Superman is going to be hard to do because people don't like that anymore. Storytelling could
I would say
not.
don't like. They don't understand or don't like. It's more like you're not exposed to a good version that can capture it. Because I think the problem with a lot of people is the most of the time when they're thinking about these characters, they're thinking about, well, you know this too. They're thinking about the movies and the television adaptations. They're not thinking about the great comic book adaptations that exist out there, right? So it's like when people are talking about those versus battles, they're not talking about comics. They're talking about movies and TV, for being honest here, you know? Side Facts, what's up, man? How you doing, dude? You going to go to work? Because you do construction, so you should probably get some sleep. Oh my god, I was pretty out of it last night, but thanks for having me on. Yeah, no problem, man. Did you enjoy the trailer? Because I thought it was pretty good overall. You know, had my issues here and there. I think there's not really much else that it offered. Other than, hey,
it's hard to really divulge anything from a 2-minute trailer. I will say. I didn't like Superman's acting in the very small amount of words that he said. I didn't really think it was very interesting to me, and I don't like upbeats. I like the more dark versions of Superman, the more like angsty Supermans we get. Not what I'm not going to say what Man of Steel did. I mean, it's a classic Superman outfit. I don't know how could I hate it. Fine.
I thought it looked pretty good. Yeah.
I think it looked good. I mean, I thought like Speedo Superman for the most part was not very good, but his reason behind it was good. Like he wants to appear less threatening, so he looks like a professional wrestler. Good reasoning behind it. So I'm not upset about it.
That's what I thought too. The Super Bowl should be the next place they drop the next trailer at, the official trailer.
Yeah.
No more trailers after that. No more. You don't need to be dropping like 3 trailers, all these mini trailers.
Do 15 trailers, which has each part of the movie in each one, so we can watch the movie before it comes out.
Yeah, please don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. Good lord, that's it. Remember Blue Beetle? The first trailer is like George Lopez like Batman's a fascist, completely killed the hype of the movie in one trailer, and the trailer wasn't even bad. I actually liked the first trailer. That last line was like, nah, I'm good. You can fuck off with all that.
I don't know what it is about the word fascist, but people don't like it anymore. It's like people get angry when they hear that word now.
Oh, keep in mind, a lot of people come to these movies for like escapism, and if you're seeing that stuff,
who is experiencing fascism? Who is doing that?
Me. I am being actively discriminated against.
Fascism is literally I don't think there's a single literal government in the world that is experiencing fascism right now. So it's hard to do.
Okay. Oh, it depends on. Well, there's a lot of meanings of it. Are you talking about like anti-liberalism, anti-communism, anti-conservatism?
There's all the dictatorships and all this stuff are left-leaning this year. I mean, now they're all communists for the most part that I know. I mean, I'm not going to say every one of them, but all the major ones we're thinking about. What are you talking? We don't live in communism.
Well, I would say we were moving towards more of that. I would say.
I'm not going to get in this conversation with you.
I'm just saying.
You're just saying nonsense right now.
Oh my god. This country is definitely anti-working class for a lot of those people. Just pointing it out there.
Every large country kind of feels like that because the large elites are going to take control of the company in every single aspect. Their
marketing and releases of pictures and whatever is definitely not helping their momentum. Yeah, I think that he's really playing it safe, and I
think he doesn't feel confident. That's what it feels like sometimes when it's not like he's not trying to release anything. It's that because with Guardians, they released a lot of stuff always. Like it always felt like
because if this movie doesn't work, he probably got the word from David Zaslav, who's the CEO currently. Probably said, "Hey, this needs to make money. This has to be good." That's because a lot's writing on this. If this doesn't work, it's over. Like, it's literally over. Like, it's done. That's not good. So
I don't know. It didn't look that good to me from what we saw, but there's not enough to say that it's bad because we only got 2 minutes and it wasn't even all scenes. Some of it was like CGI to like the music in the background. We're just getting pictures pumping up. Like we probably got like a minute total of actual scenes. Hot girl.
And I will be fair here, keep in mind, trailers can basically be either good or bad, but that doesn't impact the actual movie, because I say these things because people always think I don't think these things, but it should go kind of without saying. The trailer, whether you deem it good or bad, is not a reflection of the actual 2-hour movie you're going to watch. You could probably actually love the whole movie when you watch it next year, or you could hate it. Just putting it out there.
What I really want to ask you, out of 10, what would you rate this trailer? How were you feeling about this?
I actually enjoyed it. I would put it 7 or 8, honestly. I don't give ratings anymore. I would just say I just like the trailer overall.
Well, no, I think it's a good idea to kind of understand, because when you can't fully put feelings into words, a numerical value on it will give everybody an idea.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But I would say it's like a 6 to me. 6 to maybe 7. Because I genuinely think it's not like it's bad, but I think the things that they showed, I wasn't really hyped for. It seemed like it was more so showing the mass amount of characters they're going to be introducing in the story. And again,
6, low 7. That's
exactly what I would say.
Yeah,
exactly what I would say. I think the biggest thing is you have to really understand that how are they going to tackle, because we've seen movies try and tackle a large amount of characters involved that really need to have some sort of place, because all of these are named characters for the most part. Remember what happened in Spider-Man 3 when they introduced 50 different characters?
James Gunn, to his credit and to his discredit, likes the underrated characters that nobody knows. But the problem with that is that when you start introducing too many of these these not named characters or underknown characters, then a lot of people go, "How do I don't know, should I like that character? Like, I don't know." Like their iteration has to be almost perfect, because that's their first time on the big screen. Like, could he have just used Martian Manhunter instead of Mr. Terrific, and that would have had a different impact on people because they like that character. They know who that character is.
Just think about this. If you build up a character that is not well known, like, just imagine this. The general public did not know who Iron Man was, I would say, before the movies came out. The entirety of everybody knowing who Iron Man was, that song, Good Lord, that whole metal song.
It's really, what's crazy about
it was Iron in Rock Man? Band.
You got 2 animated television series, and that still didn't move the needle.
People don't watch,
which in general it mostly would. It mostly is at least getting an animated television show or a or something moves the needle and actually makes a bigger impact than getting the live action movie first initially. Like Spider-Man animated series, Superman, Batman, X-Men, Static Shock, Batman Beyond, Justice League, all those had an impact. Like when you talk to people about X-Men, they're thinking like that animated that 90s show. They're thinking about that.
I'm so excited for Static Shock the movie. Static Shock is one of the greatest. Not greatest.
Did you hear his backstory that they came up with 2020? He got his powers from a Black Lives Matter rally.
I don't know anything about that.
It died.
I think what's really interesting is, like, again, how many characters do we see growing up? Kind of really getting through everything through gang violence and stuff like that. How often is that portrayed? It's almost like, just name off heroes that you could think of. In the superhero space, I think it's a relatively untouched thing.
That's one of Gunn's strong points, is making you like unknown people, though, like Ratcatcher, for example. Yeah, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but that can also be a strength and weakness too.
I don't think so. The big thing is, if you think you're confident in being able to write well-made characters, not only are you going to have a new character that's very popular, you're also going to have the not touched popular characters preemptive already popular characters.
Yes, but then one could use the argument of like some popular characters haven't been done good justice either. Like, why not focus on them first before an underknown guy?
You're telling me that Ultron wasn't properly used? Ultron. I mean,
he was better used in the What If.
In the What If. What If he was great. I agree with that. But
looking back now, those concerns we had were true. Like they couldn't have went all out with those characters because they were building up to Thanos anyway. Like they were going to have Ultron win because obviously Thanos is coming in a few more years after that. Walter, what's up, man? You make way too much of a viewer knowing who a character is. I think they'll only know who it is based off either a TV series or a movie. That's it.
Knowing who a character is important when you're a bad writer, because you need that backstory to draw interest. When you're a good writer,
I think characters just aren't that interesting though. Like some
but you can make nothing. If you're a good writer, you can make anything interesting in some sort of way. I just think that's true.
I literally talked to the creator of Static Shock like 2 years ago, and he didn't know they did the BLM story. Oh my god, holy fucking shit.
Honestly, I didn't know it either.
Killed
I
the
wasn't aware of
entire.
that.
So DC was trying to launch their Vertigo brand again. That straight up killed it literally week 1. People were like, no.
Listen,
that's good. As a consumer, you should do that. If you don't like the direction of the character, don't support it.
I mean, again, I wouldn't care if the Black Lives Matter thing wouldn't matter to me if it was a well-written character, regardless, because the Black Lives Matter movement did happen. But I'm just saying, it probably just. What did they stuff it with a bunch of stuff similar to that?
I ain't checked it out. I only know the panels that I saw, but all like the only thing I would bring up is like people have to understand you're the consumer. They cater to you. If you do not like something, don't buy it.
Yeah, that's the same thing you said with the porn in your video games.
You know,
same words.
Hey, why do you think businesses always put a focus on customer satisfaction? Yeah, because without you paying and giving the money, they're nobodies. Literally, they're no one.
Listen,
pointing it out there.
When you use those same words for saying I should be able to jerk off to my main character in a video game, like okay.
No one does that. You are crazy.
I'm not crazy. That's a very common thing.
You're telling me the people that went to Walmart with their family, the guy bought Stellar Blade, he went home after his.
No, they didn't even do it at home. They did it right in the middle of the Walmart. I guarantee.
Crazy.
Right there. There was at least one person.
I've never seen you here, Mike. But nice to meet you here. Hopefully you're having a good day, man. Am I excited?
That's a yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that reference. That was from a TV show. I did not know that reference. See, I'd argue the biggest issue has been known characters. The known comic book characters have so many known incarnations that people are pissed when their preferred version isn't used.
That's actually true, though. Just imagine if the Superman character would have had a lot less pushback in the Man of Steel, even though that was not a good movie, would have had a lot less pushback if it wasn't Superman, because they're like the dark themes. That's not Superman. Like that's one big thing I think. Yeah, that's the big thing. Is like when you take a pre-existing character, you're kind of confined to the already existing borders of a character's personality. You're kind of confined to that. When you try and take a little divot or just kind of take a turn out of it, people get angry. That's just what it is.
Well, because the other side of that argument is there's actually different versions of popular characters in comic books, but that's the underlying problem. It's not only do a lot of people not read the comic books that those characters have those different versions. Those versions aren't even liked in comics. How about they translate in movies then?
People loved Injustice. That was an evil Superman.
It's pretty 50-50. But I wouldn't say the overwhelming majority love him evil, you know?
I'm not saying people love him evil. I'm saying that twists in characters are a good idea because it doesn't, when you confine the character to a very obvious traits, it becomes very obvious what their choices are going to be.
Because that's
when you allow them to be versatile, it makes it to where you're so. Again, I don't want to change a character. Obviously, when Superman let his dad die, that was something I didn't expect of him. I hated that.
Right? He basically Joker tricked him into killing Lois in Kingdom Come. The story written by Mark Waid, actually a really good story. Honestly, people should read it. Lois dies. Superman just doesn't start killing people. He just kind of retires because ultimately that's not who he is. He wouldn't just straight up start murdering people.
Yeah, but I think that these twists and characters being existing already are a good idea, and I think that
but the problem is, even though it's a different version, most people, I would say, if you have comic knowledge on that base,
you know how many people have comic knowledge?
Not a lot of people apparently.
People. 12 people.
That's the point, though. These versions aren't liked in general already. For the most part, I don't know how they would translate to screen good. They would be more polarizing on screen because now more people go "What the fuck is that?"
Did you watch the Catwoman movie? Do you remember that? Was that true to the comics?
That wasn't.
But people watched it because Halle Berry was in it.
Yeah, you know what? Everyone hated.
And honestly, what I'm saying right now is not relevant. I just wanted to talk about Catwoman. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Remember the basketball scene where she jumped 20 feet in the air and slam dunked it? I love that scene so much. But again, I get what Walter is saying, though. It is true that doing...
I agree with that guy right there.
I know. I don't agree with that guy. But I think that what he's saying is not using non-popularized characters allows you to be more versatile with their personalities because you can mold them during the movie. Don't have to be.
That I don't disagree with.
I agree.
There's a reason why they're not known. There's a reason why even people that read comics don't like them for some reason.
It's because they've been poorly written in the past. When you use the focal point on a character that hasn't been written well, you get to do whatever you want with them.
Or maybe the character's just not
But
that
at the
interesting.
same time,
some characters are just
Martian
not
Manhunter
interesting.
needs to be used once.
He hasn't
At
been,
least once.
He hasn't had he hasn't had anything since like the New 52. It's been literally over a decade.
Give him something. He's just not there anymore.
It's
so upsetting that it feels like he's been completely replaced by like when Cyborg came into the scene. It seemed like Martian Manhunter kind of filled it out, and I don't know why. It's like you couldn't have two black people in the movie at once.
Of course you can.
I just don't know why it felt like they did that. Because they don't even have similar roles.
What's a New 52 thing? Jeff Johns prefers Cyborg. He likes Cyborg.
They're not related. Why? They don't even have the same personality traits. Why can't they be there at the same time?
To me, Cyborg is more of a Titans character. I don't know why
it's not even just that. They just aren't similar. Why would you only have to? It's like saying I can't have Superman and
it's like
Flash in the same movie because there's only two white guys.
Cyborg is like the heart of the team because he was formerly. It's like that's stupid.
I'm fine with that because what they did in the Snyder cut and they made Cyborg more relevant was fine with me because he has that personality trait, that backstory where his dad kind of molded him because he was like, I got to do that one good thing for my son because he's about to die because he'd been neglecting him for so long. That's the personality trait of somebody who could be the heart of it because they had that childlike energy. I think that he has, that Shazam has. You can mold those into being the energy and the hype of the heart of a team.
Also, I don't understand why they can't just use them both. Both of them can be there.
Because they're not. That's what I'm asking. The Martian Manhunter is a wise old man.
That's the problem with like
Cyborg is
always either or. It can't. Why can't it just be both of them? Why can't they both be part of the team?
Again, it's not even like what is the similarities between them? And I'm not saying they're correlated. Maybe it's not the reason they used them both. I just feel like it because he did get it. Almost felt. Did they ever say that's the reason they stopped using him because they started using Cyborg instead?
That's a common reason for a lot of them. They're like,
if that's the reason, they're racist. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it's a common reason. Like, oh, this guy's the heart of the team from a different point of view. Yeah,
but
it's always the same thing.
Martian Manhunter was not really the heart of the team. He was a wisdom man.
Well, really in the New 52, the starting roster was Superman, Batman, Flash, Cyborg, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Aquaman.
Okay.
Why is Aquaman a founding member? Kills me. Just put Martian Manhunter there.
Well, that's true. Like, look what it did to all of those characters. All of those characters besides Robin were not very popular beforehand. Mm-hmm. Robin obviously was. Now look at them; they're some of the most well-known comic book characters.
That's the only group of iteration they ever used. Now that's it.
Yeah, it transcended the previous iterations, and now that's all they use. Like the boy Flash it's just all these people are in the shows anymore. I mean, the Teen Titans really anymore. It's either that or they have them as the mentors for them, like they did in Apocalypse War.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Again, I'm obsessed with Apocalypse War. It's like one of the less well-received ones, and I did like it a lot.
Whew. Well, guys, I am good-looking, hot, and rich and successful. Do you believe me?
No, I mean, I can see you.
Wow. Hopefully we got a banger coming. Hopefully. I truly do want a good Superman movie. Because the thing is, not even just counting Superman, it's like the most recent superhero movies have comic book movies, if you want to lump in all of them, have just been they've been rough. Joker 2. Oh god, that was bad. Before that, I didn't see Aquaman 2, so I can't speak on that. Nor Blue Beetle, can't speak on that. I saw Flash, that was just a steaming pile of shit. Shazam 2 was not as good as the first one, and I love the first Shazam movie. That's my favorite one of that previous universe. Before that, what was that? Black Adam. That was meh. Was pretty. What's what the kids say? The kids nowadays say it's pretty mid. Black Adam was just mid as fuck. Before that, you had Snyder Cut. Kind of doesn't count. It's more like a director's cut kind of thing. What did you have? 2021. The Suicide Squad. I like that. Obviously. You had Birds of Prey, Wonder Woman 1984. Those were bad. Just had a streak of just bad DC movies. So hopefully we get a good one.
You know what? I mean, I don't know. I honestly, it's crazy how you can mess up that much. But again, maybe they just maybe they hired their comic book writers. It seemed like the quality of writing transitioned pretty well. It just really seems like they had the same people doing it.
Yep, Christina Hodson, who wrote Birds of Prey, wrote The Flash, and she's working on with.
It's just like
Isn't that not just failing upwards? That's the problem that I have with Hollywood. Not like James Gunn or anything. In real life, you fail that much, you're just gone. That's how real life works. But in Hollywood, like you could just fail like she did, completely right, trash movies. Like I'm saying, I don't use that word objectively a lot, not because objective reality is different. But Christina Hodgson's superhero writing sucks donkey ass. She's trash. How in the world does she get to work on the new DC universe? How? Unless there were some executives that were like, hey, change this script. I don't like the way this goes. She shouldn't be writing any more superhero movies. She wrote The Flash, people, and Birds of Prey. Those movies stink. They suck ass.
I mean, I just think, and again, we talked about this in the car. I was like, I think
as it was making love to me.
I really don't want to talk to you right now. You're weird. Which portrayal did you like the most, and which was the most questionable from the trailer, in your opinion? And assuming you liked it, he gave it a 7 to 8 out of 10. I gave it a 6 to 7, and numerical values don't.
Guy Gardner, but complete. That's trash.
Well, I mean,
that's horrible.
Guy Gardner, it was so weird. Like it's like if that guy was. I'm not gonna say that. That's mean to him, but I'm gonna say it. If that man was standing behind me on the subway, I would be a little.
That's a school shooter terrified. Kind of vibe right there. I'm not gonna lie.
What I said or what he did?
No,
I agree.
God, man, that was bad. We didn't see enough of like Hot Girl. We only saw just her helmet and her flying. So that was fine. I think what we saw of Mr. Terrific is good. I think he's going to be like that Martian, because Martian Manhunter is usually Superman's friend sometimes in most stories, iterations. I guess he's playing that role. That's fine. I don't know too much about Mr. Terrific, so I'll have to do my little bit of research on him. Probably buy some books based around him. Oh, before you guys, give me one sec. You talk for a moment.
Okay. What are you doing? This man buys comic books, like 40 comic books a week. It's crazy. Then he eats Easy Max for his life. And then you could spend more money on food.
Easy Max is
spend a little less money on comic books, and you could actually
spend a little more money on eating my ass.
I hope I don't have to pay for that.
So this is the book that the movie's based on right here.
Is it?
Yeah. You can get it for $10. Obviously, you can read it online. You can get it in trade paperback, or you can just buy it like this. You know how much money this is, people? $10 right there. This is DC's. Basically, they want to capitalize on the popularity of manga, so they made DC compact comics that are taller than that are obviously larger in format than manga size, taller as well, wider dimensions, and it has complete story arcs. So you're not buying this and going like, hey, where's the other parts of this? This is a complete story right here. And people are like, it's not $10. You're lying. Right here. There you go. It's $10.
Wait, this is the stupid guy from... I looked up the actor. How do you make this guy look ugly? Have you seen that guy? What's up? It's Nathan Fillion. For Guy Gardner.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
That guy's attractive. I'm just like, they made him look like somebody I'm terrified of.
Yeah, Mr. Perfect, he did great. Yeah, the lowest. I can't pronounce the lady's name. What is the lowest name? Good Lord. What is her fucking name, man?
Yeah, because he was in a lot of very, very good stories. Good shows. Like he was in I don't remember the shows, honestly, off the top of my head, but
Superman. David Corn Sweat. Who's Lois Lane? Rachel Brosnahan. Is that how you pronounce that?
Brosnan?
Yeah. Rachel Brosnahan. There you go. Okay. Nicholas Hoult. Yeah. Looks good as Lex. I thought Nicholas Hoult looked better as Lex Luthor than I thought he was. He actually looked good. Oh, Mike, Total Dragon Channel. If you new to the channel and you have not subscribed yet, then please subscribe. You know, I greatly appreciate that.
I did look up Hot Girl's actor. I finally found her because I wasn't sure. She is a white woman, unlike what you said.
I didn't see her initially. Maybe it was a body double from what I initially saw.
I because you were like, yeah, they race swapped her. No, I don't think they did. You seem very upset about that too.
It looked like they did from the early pictures early on. Maybe it was a stunt double. I could have been wrong because I only saw from that blurry picture that I saw. Oh, Jimmy Olsen's a redhead. We didn't see Jimmy Olsen in the trailer though.
Did we not?
We did not see Jimmy Olsen. Yeah,
I didn't
see him. Perry White, I don't think we saw him either. Pa Kent, we did. He's portrayed by Prue Taylor Vince. Okay. and Neva Howell is portraying Martha Kent. So, okay.
I mean,
Walter, do you have faith in James Gunn's going to deliver a good movie? I know you're like a big champion for this movie too. So,
I think it looked okay. I'm just a little bit worried about it. Jimmy is in the teaser itself. I mean, let me see. Was he? I don't even remember the entire thing.
He was. I don't remember seeing him. Things were flashing so fast. Like when I have sex with my wife, we usually have sex so fast.
That's a horrible thing. That's bad. It's not about speed.
How do you know that? Have you made love to women before?
I've seen it a lot.
Yeah, I usually watch women have sex with other men, so
that's what I'm saying. I haven't done it myself. I've seen a lot of professionals do it. I'm more of like a connoisseur. The teaser, not the trailer we got today. I didn't watch the teaser, so I had no idea.
Okay. I'll go back and rewatch those.
I made sure to skip out on watching anything else because I'm big on not watching and spoiling scenes. But he wanted to review it today, so I ended up watching it. I'm still very excited for this movie. I just wasn't hyped about the trailer today, and I did not like crypto. I'm not a big crypto fan.
You are.
I don't.
Man, love his
dog.
I
don't like crypto. It's never been a thing for me.
That's the problem with the world now. No one has any love anymore. Everyone's just jaded.
I don't want to hate crypto.
To your heart.
I didn't hate crypto. I just am not a big fan.
Oh, what else I want to ask? Oh, you know what? What would be a great topic for a show? Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy versus Christopher Nolan's Batman Dark Knight trilogy.
Wouldn't be good because it's a very, very lopsided debate.
You think so?
I think so. I think Christopher Nolan's Batmans are substantially better. I think
versus the first two Spider-Man movies.
Versus the first one,
neck and neck. I think they're all.
I don't think that second Batman movie is head and shoulders above every superhero.
Spider-Man 2 is also really
it's about very good. It's not just about. Spider-Man 2 is very good. That's what I said. When crypto came into the scene, it felt so forced to me.
I'm not saying crypto's needed, but it's not that bad. It's a fucking dog.
It's pretty lame to me. I'm just like a super dog. He's got a super dog by his side. It's like, okay.
Cool. You see the picture where he was having the dog next to him and they're looking at the earth. Oh
my
God.
That's the toys they're about to sell. That's what that's for. They need a crypto toy to sell.
You think there's toys that sell anymore? No, these things are collecting dust at Aldi's. No, these things are going to collect dust at Walmart for the next 3 years. These toys
don't even understand. Kids still.
I'm not even kidding you. Hasbro they've not been selling these toys as much, honestly.
Well, I'm just telling you, every single kid that is at this daycare is obsessed with toys. Kids from 0 to 3 love toys. That's who buys toys. You think I'm grown up? Yeah, look at a 13-year-old boy. They aren't buying crypto dog toys anymore. No, they don't buy toys in the first place. Is that James Gunn's dog? I don't know. Is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
See, that's why it sucked. That's why it sucked. I knew it. That dog. And I'm not hating on your dog, James Gunn, but that's not my favorite dog breed. I'll be honest. I wish you got like a golden retriever.
The only thing I said, they should have just did what the Sonic movies do. Just have a CGI dog. That's all you got to do.
I don't like
you could get the dog breed you
nepotism. That's literally nepotism.
Nepotism based around his dog.
That is crazy.
To be fair, he casted his dog in a movie before his wife.
Did he have to do? I'm just gonna point this out. Did he have to do an audition, or did he just get the part because he's part of the family? I'm just asking questions. I'm not trying to say anything, but we don't need more nepo babies in Hollywood anymore. I think it needs to stop. That's where we need to draw the line with him.
He married Jennifer Holland, which is already a plus in and of itself, I'd imagine. Marrying a white woman, not a black woman, obviously.
What does that have to do with this conversation?
Because people say, he would be nepotistic towards his wife. He would give her all the roles in the movies. No, the dog got the role first. Fuck off,
that is true.
That's insane. Oh gosh.
Oh, why would you want? So I'm going to point out why would you have your wife get in a movie where she's going to kiss Superman or something like that? Why would you like? Yeah, I'm gonna sign my wife up to this so she can be an actor in this movie and kiss some other guy. I get it. That's part of the lifestyle for actors. You got to get used to that. But like, I wouldn't like it. That's why I couldn't marry an actor.
Gosh, man.
And that's why. Well, that's not the only reason. They probably don't want to marry me either. What are you doing?
No. I'm just looking at because you didn't watch the new Lord of the Rings movie, did you?
The animated one? No, I didn't yet.
Okay.
I was
I'm
planning
just
on watching it, but
hearing just so many conflicting things.
I don't. I
about
mean,
it.
I'm pretty excited about
I'll
it.
probably just wait till the movie comes out on streaming. Maybe not. I mean, I'll maybe watch it at some point. And potentially not watch it because I'm not a loser. Only losers care about.
You are
gay
literally
romance
the
fantasy.
definition of a loser. You jerked off on stream once. Everybody's that's what else?
God, do I have
not a
this
big
again?
loser than that.
Holy shit! I'm not doing this again. I'm getting back.
Everybody saw it. You faked a lip. You don't fake.
I was
no one fakes that.
faking.
You were not faking any. That
I
was
was
real.
faking beating off. Literally faking.
Biting your lip. You had your shirt off.
I never touched my 9-inch BBC ever.
That was a very quick, rapid suggestion. You weren't moving very fast.
I don't have the receipts anymore because my that channel got retconned from existence, like the DC universe has. So I said that jerking off would be better than watching this Halo TV show. I accidentally had my camera on.
That's a very, very weird
excuse. And I simulated jerking off would be, and keep in mind, I was right because me jerking off was better than that show. Just saying.
First of all, literally every video WZ has made of you has had you jerking off in the background. Every single one of them. He puts it as like a little teaser every time. But I don't believe you. People don't bite their lip when they're faking jerking off. It just doesn't happen. That's real. That was a real thing you had going on there, man. I don't want to talk about you jerking off anymore, actually. Let's stop this. Let's talk about something else. You okay?
Oh, God.
You don't like talking about that either?
James Gunn until he gives me a reason not to. Yeah, the more I thought about it, like I said earlier in the episode, was if you look at his track record and just how much he genuinely loves superheroes, he seemed like the perfect candidate to be the Kevin Feige for the universe.
I agree. I mean, I think out of all the people they could have gotten for this, he's the most qualified. Because
keep on, a lot of people actually didn't want to do it either. That's what I pointed out. A lot of people
didn't
want to do it either.
Record of success. I mean, it's because they're cowards. They should have got James Cameron. Get James Cameron in there.
Yeah, the guy. We see how Terminator turned out. I don't know about that one.
James Cameron is the most successful director of all time. You trying to hate on him now?
You don't even watch the Avatar movies or like them.
I mean, it's not for me, but it's literally success. He has success written all over.
I think people always do these, like, I understand versus battles, but there's some stuff that is so neck and neck. It's not really one or the other. Like Alien and Aliens. It's like, why are we debating about which one's better? I think for me, I'm picking the second one, but the first one is terrific. It's amazing.
What's the thing about this? Chucky versus Pinocchio. Who'd win a fight? Is that not what you're doing right here?
No, I'm sorry. Like, people always do this thing of like, a really, really good movie and another which really, really good movie is better than the other really good movie. It's like, I'm not picking. I'm literally not picking.
Listen, I will pick because I have preferences.
Oh yeah, you do, but like,
I like the feeling of Dark Knight better. I'm not gonna say I think it was a better written movie, but that's not.
It's like choosing between like Under the Red Hood and The Dark Knight. I'm choosing Under the Red Hood.
The discrepancy between Doc Ock, and Joker is massive in my opinion.
Alfred Molina did a great job.
He very much did, but you're comparing him to, in my opinion, the best acted villain of all time.
It was a step down from the first one, but I wouldn't call it a bad movie.
Full Chucky and hand to hand. Oh,
he just wants Pinocchio in front when you're
bent
over.
Do not say behind me bending over. You're about to say something stupid.
Oh gosh, the Family Guy fucking skit where the fucking old man.
How do you this man watch every Family Guy episode, every single one of them? He's always like referencing.
They were right though
about Pinocchio.
Pinocchio would do that.
Pinocchio's dad would do that. Not everybody sexualizes their children.
God, unless you're Britney Spears. I'm sorry, guys. Bad joke. Sorry. Unless you're Michael Jackson. Sorry.
Who are you saying sorry to? No one's watching this.
It's me. God. I have a lot of fans here.
Where are they? I can't. The viewer count seems to be a 0 to me.
Is the viewer count in the room with you?
I'm looking at it. It literally is in the room with me. Yes.
Good God. I always have more viewers on Twitter. That's the thing. I'm the
Do you?
second highest viewed person on Twitter right now.
Well, I'm sorry.
Well, there's
to hear
Geeks
that.
and Gamers, and then there's me, and there's that darn Kiddith, and then
You're
there's
like the one of the
Trace.
5 people streaming. That's why.
Are you
There's no one
laughing at
else
my
on that.
achievements, sir?
I apologize for you. You've done a good job. You've done a
Wow.
lot. You've
Good
done.
Lord.
I apologize for laughing at it.
Neil,
Neil the one.
Neil the one. The world needs Superman so bad, in my opinion. So the world needs a good Superman movie. I mean,
Agree. I agree. With that.
don't. Outside of the very first Superman movie, the Richard Donner one, really has live action specifically. I mean, Superman 2 is there, I guess.
What about Superman Returns?
That was trash. I can't believe people actually like that. That movie sucks ass.
When I was a kid and he flew around the world, I was like, this is the greatest superhero movie of all time. Because when he did that and he saved Lois's life, I was like, that's great. That's great. That was an amazing movie.
I forgot. Before we go back to that, last night James was like, "Oh, I want to stream more," and every time I drop my link in the Discord, you guys laugh at
it. It was
me.
one time I dropped it, and they dropped. I got like when everybody else drops in that Clout Chasers corner, like that comic book. First of all, the comic book deserves the applause you guys give it. Very good. Whoever Hot Drapes is, very good comic.
Very
drawing.
good. That
Very
would be the
good.
person that you should hire to potentially draw your comic if you want.
That man would charge me too much. He's too high quality for me.
That's how you do. You know how you do business. You offer him the lowest, and then kind of negotiate with it.
But what I will say is, everybody gets these fire emojis. Chaz puts his in there. I drop mine. I get old man MSK in my thing, clout coin, and a frog knitting a sweater. I was like, what is this?
You have to earn their respect, actually.
I don't earn their respect. They sent a stupid ping pong ball at 76. I don't understand what they do sometimes. 76. It makes no sense to me.
What an L.
Shut up. Do not say it again. Not in front of me. So who are you showing off to? You always do that when I get on stream.
Showing off for the bros.
You ain't no bros. I'm your only bro, and I don't even like you.
Hey, I have my crackhead outside.
That guy was there when I left. So you could probably find him out there still. He's probably sleeping on the next to the dumpster.
Is there anything else I have to do today? Maybe go to Dollar General and get kickstarts. That's pretty much it. Aren't you supposed to be leaving soon?
I don't have a time frame. I can do whatever I want.
Oh yeah, you're right.
The MSCA think you respect him. You guys need to respect him. How dare you? I don't think he thinks anybody respects him. And you see that look on his face. You genuinely hurt him with that, Walter. I need you to apologize to him. He's hurt by that.
Well, I am never hurt by anything you cloud chasers say.
When you said
with a grain of salt,
see how his face dropped. He didn't like that. I respect you, Joseph.
I hate you personally. I hate all you cloud chasers.
Never mind then. I apologize. I don't.
No, people don't understand here. I know we had some recent incidences that I guess went a little too far. I don't care about jokes or anything like that. I think that makes shows good being in.
Well, it does, but I think you need to be willing to do it at the expense of people who are willing to take it. You need to understand people's boundaries are different depending on the person. You can't have, again, you're allowed to do whatever you want in your space. It is your space, but realize that the person that you did upset deserves to have either an apology or some sort of thing if you upset them. You don't have to. You don't have to. You're not obligated.
Also today, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 drops. So I'm also hyped to see that too. And also keep in mind, we have the Mufasa, the Lion King prequel.
I'm not watching that. Not watching that. But
no one's watching that. Sonic people are gonna watch. Mufasa, no one's watching that.
I watched all the Sonic movies with my friend because he's a very big Sonic fan, and that's because he's a furry. But recently he was talking about not coming, and I'm like, he's like, yeah, just watch it without me. I'm not gonna do that. That is a kid's show, and I'm not watching it by myself. I'm gonna be arrested when I walk out of the theater.
Good Lord.
It's a kid's movie. It's Sonic. Jokes aside, it's literally. So when you guys said this stupid, Walter, I'm just gonna say that. But when you guys were talking about this stupid, I have black friends, I'm not racist, she got upset about that. That's what upset her. It's very obvious what upset her.
I was,
But,
I was, she, you guys know, she said that she grew up around guys most of the time, and she grew up around guy humor. She literally told us that. So I thought essentially
but
that
she's
she could take it.
allowed.
She said she could
She's
take it.
allowed to. Yeah, but she's allowed to put where her boundaries are. You can either respect them or you can't. I mean, it's just what it is.
And respecting
You don't
women is
have.
gay.
What happened? I didn't hear what you said. My headphones
Respecting
have been
women
sticking
is
out.
gay.
You don't respect women.
I'm not sexist. Being sexist is wrong. And being wrong is for women.
Is he
That's like
wrong?
a way worse delivery of the Saturday Night Live version. I'm being honest.
That's supposed to be the joke. You ruined the joke. Oh,
I didn't
my
ruin a joke. He's just a bad joke teller. Or that version of him is a bad joke teller. But
I'm gonna be honest here, people. I don't understand. Good lord,
what are you saying?
why
What are you
Disney
saying?
keeps doing these things, man?
What are you
Disney
talking about
only
now?
made a prequel to their Lion King live action movie because it made $1 billion.
You
It
jumped
just,
back to that so
it just
randomly.
looks so ugly. It just looks so jarring. Please stop doing it. Their live action attempts are bad.
Wait, the live action. We already have a perfect live action Dragon Ball movie. Why would we get another one? The greatest Dragon Ball Evolution is one of the greatest pieces of cinema we've ever gotten. I watched that like 3 times. That is, have you ever, if you watched it legitimately recently, when they did those Karate Kid moves over the car and he was dodging the punches and stuff, I was like, I need to watch this again. And I watched it 2 more times with other people. You need to watch it with me. We need to watch it. Have you watched it recently?
I haven't watched that movie.
You can
since I was,
tell
like,
they
young.
took it. They took it. The inspiration from the Spider-Man movies, you could really tell because they had that same.
The
feel.
next movie was going to be based around the Saiyans.
I'm sad we didn't get it because I love that movie.
You like Dragon Ball Evolution?
Dragon Ball Evolution is one of my go-to movies when I watch it with people. It's that. I loved Rubber. Rubber's kind of like frustrating because it's like a fever dream. You know that one where the tire has telekinesis and can blow people's heads up? That's like another movie that I like to show people. But that one's kind of hard to watch because it's really boring. Like Dragon Ball Evolution is action-packed from start to finish of this man who's pretty much just Tobey Maguire Spider-Man put in the Dragon Ball universe. And like when he was like, I hate you, Dad, and walked off, and his dad died, and he's like, oh my God, I didn't actually hate you. I love that. It was so generic. Mm-hmm. Can return. I'm here for it. I think Tiny's just getting her space right now. She'll probably come back.
If Tiny had to leave MSK so Jay Biddy can return, I'm here for it.
Stop calling me Jay Biddy. Stop calling me Jay Biddy. I do not resemble P. Diddy at all.
Oh,
I don't.
WZ.
You know what they said? You know what they said in the
WZ, you
chat?
can use this. Ain't no party like a James party.
A Jay Biddy party? Yeah, it was funny. Like this man, I was looking in the Discord. They're like, maybe we finally got him gonna get him sent to jail. And I was like, what are you guys talking about? They're always talking about how I'm gonna get sent to jail for being P. Diddy. I don't get it. I still don't even understand where it came from. I think it's come from me talking about flying out Chaz. I was talking about flying out Chaz to hang out with him, not to have. Well, I mean, if he wants to, not to have sex. If he wants
God,
to,
man,
I'm not gonna stop him.
So basically, if you have sex with Chaz and you eat out Chaz's ass, if I lick Chaz's ass, does that mean I had sex with him?
Chaz, first of all, I'm gonna tell you right now, Chaz is not a bottom. He would be trying to bend me over the entire time.
He'll come into streams and he'll be like, "Hey, yo, I want Lennon." What is wrong with this man?
You gotta get through me first. I'll say that's what I'll have to do it that way.
Like Lennon was such a dumb retard. She literally has no brain.
Listen, I don't like Lennon even more than you do, but I won't disrespect people. It's just too much. You don't.
On a scale of people in the chat, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate Lennon's brain capacity?
Shut up! Shut up!
I'm saying 1 out of 10.
Where's Big Daddy Chaz? That's what I miss. That's what I.
He's back from vacation. We were gonna stream we were gonna stream Tuesday night, but my internet kept dropping. So apparently, I messaged Spectrum on their live. They have a live chat function for customer service, and I'm like, "Hey, I paid for an upgrade of my equipment. Why is my stream still dropping? Because I hadn't done it in a while." And I was like, oh, "Okay." They said, "Hey, we actually gave you an upgrade at no extra additional cost, but we didn't apply it yet." So you
You know what's
me
crazy
something for
about
free and you didn't apply it.
Oh, an upgrade you didn't apply. Isn't that kind of crazy? It's like if somebody got like it's just like a new computer or something like that, and they just didn't put it in or something. That would be crazy. People don't do that though. In real life, they don't do that. So
Yeah, they gave
irrelevant
it
to
to me for
this.
free, and they were like, you know what? We're not going to actually give it to you. So he set it up, and so he said, I made to ask 2 specialists, if I do game streams, my internet should not drop, because keep in mind that my router is in there. I have my
It's
computer
not
here,
even
and
just
you don't
that.
even have your router in your room right there.
It's
Your router.
literally right here.
Oh, you do? Oh, you moved it.
I did. The
You took the router
problem,
from your living room.
I snatched it, dude. Yeah, I'm
You
the only one
snatched your router in your parents' house to put it in
my
your
parents.
room.
Oh yeah, no. I set everything up. I have a separate system for them, so I have a Netgear, a Wi-Fi extender that I put out there for the kids, and that's how I did it right there. Game string or game stream? What does that even mean?
Well,
That's what I'm thinking. I've asked this man. I said, you know what? I was like, maybe you should get a new computer so you could do some more games. He's like, whenever that happens, maybe. So like, whenever he gets a new computer, I think we'll see it.
Oh yeah, and potentially I'll be getting a Steam Deck. I can also stream on that too.
Yeah, I mean, I think you should focus on the computer first. That's a long time down the road, though.
Yeah, I had to kind of get on my knees and suck off this other guy for it and lick his butthole, but it was all worth it.
Can I see it? Is it hidden, or are you trying to wait as the announcement?
What announcement? I haven't got nothing yet.
Okay, my fault. I apologize.
I still have my TV locked up in that box.
Why do you have a TV just sitting there? It's a smart TV.
Well, there was a plan for the TV to be with the console, but I have to get the console later on. So obviously I would play it on that because that's how you would game, I imagine. And then when I get a better tower, I would just play the games some games I'll buy digitally, some I'll buy physically, so we'll see where that goes. But I gotta, what else am I going to end up doing? Oh, in a few hours here, I have another one-on-one. So I was going to potentially ask for a ride to the store so I could get something.
Sure.
We can go to Dollar General for some kickstarts.
It doesn't even give you energy. It just gives you a bladder infection. It gives you a UTI at this point. You're getting no energy from that.
Yeah.
You just drink it because you're addicted, you psychopath. How about you do this?
You drink Red Bulls.
I stopped because I didn't need them anymore. I've controlled myself.
That poor dusty ass TV isn't smart anymore. Sitting in a box for so long. That's
what I'm saying. After being tortured and put into a dark room like that, that is a brain dead TV. What have you done to that thing?
Oh, it's not that I don't want to set it up. I want to get a TV stand for it.
You got one on the wall over there, remember?
I'm so glad people stopped making that joke. I was like,
it was crazy because there was a baby thing. They used to have one in that room. A baby changing.
Oh my god! I was like, that's not a TV stand. I know what a TV stand looks like, or a one that you mount on a wall. So yeah, I'm gonna set it up when I get the console that I want. Cause I told you I'm gonna get a console eventually. I have enough money for it. I'm gonna get a TV stand for it because the one that I have right here, no, you can't. It's too box narrow. I need a TV stand that looks like something like this where it can hold the whole thing, and then have like place for physical media, games that I'm gonna buy too. But yes, as you guys know, for my comic book channel, expect a review of All-Star Superman written by Grant Morrison on there before the Superman movie comes out. James Gunn also currently has Creatures Commandos. That's on episode 4. I'll just wait till that's over to binge it at some point before watching the new movie because that technically is the first thing released in the new universe. Some say that there's still a baby in that.
You know what? I actually taught some like I think a second and third grader how to read. And you know what? And I'm not trying to be rude to you, but I am. And the way you enunciate words is identical to them. Some say there's still like, what are you doing? You okay? Are you messing with somebody right now? Are you not paying attention to my insults right now? Because it hurts. I really thought that one out too.
Gosh,
I really put a lot of effort into that.
Oh, for the Cloud9 podcast, actually. We'll be doing that with Chaz very soon. We're going to be doing an episode coming up, and it's going to be on the Red Bull League of Butt Fucking Our Own, and what else? The new Rogue roster. That's pretty much it, honestly. Did you see the Bouse? He got so hyped for solo killing Faker on his trolling Scion strategy.
I love Boss.
They were troll. You know what's crazy? I heard rumors, allegedly, that the T1 roster with what's his name? Doran is doing pretty good. So maybe it wasn't that big of a downgrade. But keep in mind, these are scrim bucks, so these don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But I heard them playing with him hasn't been that bad as people thought, which is good because he's a decently huge downgrade compared to Zeus. So maybe they figured out a style that he could play that could facilitate them. So yeah, we'll be talking about the Red Bull League and we'll be talking about the Rogue roster. Guma, you see that man was not trying. Did you see what that guy was doing? He was trolling his ass off.
Allegedly heard.
I heard it from the grapevine.
I forgot about that. I won't tell you guys, but I might have heard rumors. I
have to entertain you guys don't know. You have to entertain people. I can't just be normal and good looking and hot and rich.
You cannot be normal, and you definitely can't do the other ones. I agree.
This one older lady just called me hot. Oh, thank you.
You remember this man actually got hit on by an old lady at the stupid meetup for the stupid Nerdrotic, and he did not take the shot. She was going after him.
Messed up so hard.
She wasn't just go up to her and be like, "Yeah, I want to have sex with you." I would have waited. I would have went over and slept in the. I would have given you that shot. She could have the house.
She'll be there. She'll be there next year when we go. I guarantee you, most people are going to be there. I can't wait to go back. I actually, all in all, I really, really enjoyed it. That was I'd had a vacation in quite some time. I
talked to a bunch of random strangers that you were too scared to talk to. All of them were like, yeah, by the way, everybody was like walking up to me. One of them handed me a card. Like, by the way, I was kicked off of YouTube because it's got too liberated.
They're not lying. That did
happen. Yeah, but when you say the N-word on stream, you're gonna get banned. It's just what's gonna happen. When you start saying, you know what, I don't know if you know this, but those people should be like those people trying to corrupt our kids. We should gun them down in the street. Like, yeah, you're gonna get.
Okay, you probably should be saying that. That's crazy.
Well, yeah, but this is an exaggeration of what they speak of. It's just what they do.
Yeah,
it's an exaggeration.
If you said, like, hey, I leave kids alone, because that shouldn't be controversial to leave kids alone. Most people should agree with that.
Yeah, but when you start saying, you know what, why do these people need a parade?
The thing is, if you do touch kids, you need to be in the wood chipper. That's
of course. No one disagrees with that. But when you start saying, you know what, these people touched them, so this entire demographic is like that, you're weird. And you're not able to differentiate.
If you're already in abnormal, weird behavior, not too far to a possibility that people are starting to make.
You literally talk about licking people's buttholes on stream once to twice a day. You're the weird, abnormal person, and I still treat you normally.
But I'm a normal, well put together person.
You literally. You used to wax your eyebrows. I don't want to hear.
You used to wax your butthole.
And you know what? I still do.
Can I watch you? Can I? Tosi said she needs help wiping her ass because she has long nails. Did you get the nail scenes girls do?
Oh, yeah. But by the way, can I guess what you said when she said this? Can I? Did you say those words? Did you say something similar to that?
I said, can I wipe it and look inside of it?
You probably did say that, so I believe that.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap it up here in a little bit because I have to get to the store. My ride is coming very soon. Oh God,
later than you expect.
That sounds kind of hot. Wow. Okay, so overall for the trailer, I enjoyed it. James Gunn, he literally has to save DC. We're kind of literally on our last leg here, and I don't say that lightly. This is by far and away the last time people are going to be giving a chance for DC movies. And who else better to do it with than Superman? People say Batman. Well, I agree. Batman's probably more popular right now if you look at everything in totality, but Superman needs that spotlight now more than ever.
Superman is literally just too big to fail. Like, he's going to get some traction. But if it doesn't generate the money they want, they're just going to end it. They said in their announcement, they're going to end the universe there.
Profitable movie.
They're going to end the series there.
Well received by, it has to be well received by fans and generate a profit. Because I know a lot of people keep doing this. And I told you guys this too. I understand the argument you guys are making, and I do fully agree with you. A movie making a lot of money doesn't make it good. I fully agree with you. Believe me, I understand. But that's not how companies view things. Companies view things by dollar signs. Dollar signs have to make it make sense, right? Because money is the only barrier of success that people can measure, right? Like movies are so subjective. Like you said that The Dark Knight is better than Spider-Man 2, right? Well, someone saying Spider-Man 2 is better, that's a subjective. You let people just have that at you. But money is a sign of like, hey, this was successful. I can do more of this because people actually want more of this. Last leg, get out of here, you comic book nuts. We'll be back regardless, even if it fails.
Yeah,
if it fails, they're done.
Listen,
not
they're
kidding.
done with the universe, but the universe, like, let's think about this. Like, this is gonna be, he's gonna put a thumbnail on here. He's gonna be like, "This is DC's last chance." He's gonna have this as the thumbnail. Is that what you're gonna do?
On the next one.
That's a good idea. Just again, just credit me when you do this because I came up with it. You couldn't have thought of this on your own.
Of course I did.
Say, this is DC's last chance, or it's all over with those the face like that, the Home Alone face.
No, because keep this in mind. If this hypothetically, I don't think it will. I think the movie's actually going to be good. And I think there's going to be some money hopefully to be made there as far as like profit, even if you're factoring in how big the movie's budget is. But if you live in that world next year, in this alternate reality we're going to be living in, if it doesn't do well, if that isn't going to do good, then what else is? If Superman can't generate interest for your universe, what are you going to do? Just live off Batman? That's not sustainable at all. You know? It was also crazy as the other universe didn't do that. And well, obviously that was complete trash.
Man, if they could have just kickstarted with the Dark Knight series, literally would have been so.
He chose not to incorporate Robert Pattinson's Batman, which I think probably is a good idea. I don't think that universe is going to fit into what he's doing, but if that was the start of the universe, that wouldn't have been a bad thing.
I agree. I think they could have done with that. They would have done amazing if they did. Christopher Nolan's Batman would have literally been big. It would have made them bigger than Marvel if they continued with bangers like that. But
he just didn't want to do a whole connected, broader universe. He was just going to be there for the Dark Knight
love
movies.
Christopher Nolan.
Did you see Oppenheimer?
Yeah. Did you like it?
I don't watch that. I watch history movies. Those things are
sad.
3 hours boring slog fest.
It wasn't bad. Did you watch Barbie instead?
You think I watched Barbie? I'm not a 5-year-old girl.
I mean, you act like one.
I've seen all the Mission Impossible movies except for the newest one, so I am caught up on those.
See, like my big problem is that
we are going to watch Barbie. I told you we're going to. I'm going to have you on a day rewatch Barbie so you can so you remember it before the review. I'm going to watch Barbie for the first time at some point, at least before the end of the year. Probably should get that done. Holy crap! I'm just so busy. Because after we come out from the store, I got to drop that Sonic video, and I got to do that other movie trailer that I told you guys about. So it's gonna be a lot of content here. So yeah, any closing thoughts or statements before we leave as far as the trailer? Anything else you want to mention?
Well, I don't really got anything else I want to mention really now.
Okay. So yeah, James Gunn, one last chance to save DC. And I'm putting faith in you. And if you destroy my faith in humanity, well, there's always a bridge and a rope and me jumping. So there's always that. Or if the movie is a success at the box office and positively well received by most people, because obviously it's gonna be your outliers and anything, then I'll be able to have a threesome with Lennon and Carla, and then I can make James film it. I could have had a threesome with them. He was like, they don't want to have sex with you. And it's like, cock blocking.
Well, the problem with it is that the threesome involved me, and I'm not having sex with anyone next to you.
That's a foursome.
Oh, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. You said you were a cuck and you were gonna film me doing it. I have like 3 strokes.
Don't think you even have that many.
Aren't you supposed to be in bed? How long have you been awake?
I'm just gonna stay up.
Just take a nap.
Stuff to do. I have stuff to do.
You didn't take a nap at any point?
Who cares?
I took a roughly 2-hour nap.
I'm gonna sleep 1 hour to 2 hours at some point, and then I'm gonna get back up and do some more stuff.
Yes, Walter. Say before we gotta go, because I got like an hour and 30 minutes of free time. So he's gonna type that out. What else is out there? The Hawk Tool girl. I'm not even kidding about the Hawk Tool girl. She's gonna be off social media for a little bit after she did the whole rug pull thing. What a way to just turbo your popularity into the actual.
Well, she literally, she very much shot it into the stratosphere. I guess I could post my Twitch link that I'm gonna be using very sporadically, but I'll post it in there if you guys want to check it out. I stream pretty much only video games. That's all I do on there. And yeah.
Yes, he's also going to be inviting Chaz on there to make love to him at some point.
I would like for to play with people because I get on there and I play by myself and it's very much not my favorite thing. But
you should make an abbreviated video for this live stream and call it MSK Interviews Director James, and when they click, it's James.
Well, the problem is that I literally said a very racist thing at the beginning of this, and I don't want people to see it. So, I mean, the Planet of the Apes thing, I don't want people seeing.
Oh gosh! Joke. Because earlier this week, we had the Mufasa live premiere for Disney. The same day, those allegations came out about Jay-Z and their daughter. I thought they had more than one kid. Apparently, they only have one. The daughter's name is Blue Ivy. She's also the same age as the girl that's. Oh God, that is just woo! Wow, holy crap!
These are all allegations. Do not take them as true.
I'm just saying, isn't that pretty awkward having your dad be plastered by the media as some sort of like rapist, and your daughter is the same age?
Can you not say that word or something?
I'm not getting in trouble no more.
Okay, I was just wondering because I hear. Okay,
I've turned a new cheek. I'm censored now. And
you're not censored. You don't know.
It's like the Dark Knight. You know the movie. Guidelines. You know that Dark Knight movie. I like to play things close to the chest. I understood that reference. I understood my own reference.
Good job. You understood what you said. That might be the first. Might be the first time.
But yes, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show, and we will see you guys later. Expect a few more pre-recorded videos coming out today, and 2 more one-on-ones as well. This obviously isn't a one-on-one because we're just talking about the trailer and superheroes and stuff like that. But yes, see you guys later.